The state Polish armament groups, Polska Grupa Zbrojeniowa, the PGZ-owned Military Automotive Works, wojskowe zakłady motoryzacyjne, and the South Korean firm Hyundai Rotem have signed an agreement to establish a consortium to produce K2 main battle tanks and their components in Poland. The agreement was signed on Friday at the Bemowo-Piskie military training ground near the northeastern town of Orzysz, where President Andrzej Duda and Defense Minister Mariusz Błaszczak were observing a fire exercise of K2 tanks and K9 howitzers purchased from South Korea. Noting that the first batch of tanks from the 180, which arrived in December last year, is already operational in a mechanized division in the country's northeast, Minister of Defense Mariusz Błaszczak argued that more tanks would be delivered to the military unit this year. He also said the tanks would be a deterrent force against the threat posed by Russia. According to Polska Grupa Zbrojeniowa, setting up the consortium was necessary for further talks with the Armament Agency, central authority responsible for purchases of weapons and military equipment, on offering the Polish Army K2.pl tanks, which are to be built as a result of Polish-Korean industrial cooperation. The CEO of Polska Grupa Zbrojeniowa, Sebastian Chwałek, said, as cited at the company press release, that the establishment of the consortium is the basis for further talks on the involvement of other PGZ companies and subcontractors in the production of K2PL tanks. Details are to be agreed between the PGZ and Armament Agency. PGZ and WZM, Wojskowe Zakłady Motoryzacyjne, signed an industrial agreement with Hyundai Rotem in late February, defining the main areas of cooperation of the K2PL tanks. The consortium agreement is a continuation of the previous arrangements. It contains details regarding the production, delivery, and service of the K2 tanks in the PL version. The executive agreement for production of K2 tanks concluded in August last year between Poland's Defense Ministry and the Korean manufacturer provided for the purchase of 180 of the tanks for $5.8 billion of US dollars. According to the framework agreement, which ultimately envisaged purchase of thousands of tanks, 820 of the vehicles ordered at the later stage are to be manufactured under license in Poland.